Axew Comm Day is going down on Saturday, June 10th from 2 until 5 p.m. So I'm going to help you guys with all the tips, strategies, and secrets to max out fully on this Comm Day and hopefully get you guys selves a Shundo in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. Axew Comm Day on Saturday, 2 to 5. Are you guys ready for this? Because there's a lot of things going on. There's an XP bonus and a lot of other bonuses as well. Obviously, Axew will be the boosted Pokemon. It is a dragon type Pokemon and it will have the shiny. The shiny that is the most cool of this one. I do like the fracture, but obviously the Haxorus does turn black with the red accents on its kind of horn things along its face, whatever you want to call it. That's a really cool looking shiny, I think. Let me know which of the three in the comments below is your favorite. So with this, our bonuses are going to be as follows. Obviously, there will be an increased spawn for all of the Axews everywhere. Number 1. Number 2, we are going to get 3-hour boost to all of the lore modules, which is great. There's going to be a shiny boost to all the Pokemon. We're going to be getting 3-hour incenses, except the daily incense. There's going to be 2 times catch candy. There's going to be 2 times the likelihood of XL candy, which using a Mega Level 3 will be effective, that we will talk about in a tip. And then also we're going to get 1 extra special trade, and then we will finally get 50% reduction on the Stardust. So that is going to be for anybody out there, best friends preferably, that you may be swapping a lucky shiny that neither of you guys have, that usually would cost 40,000. During this time will cost ourselves 20,000. However, the one thing I'm a little unsure about is that during this season we already have 2 special trades per day. So will that mean we get an additional special trade for a grand total of 3, or we will only have 2? Make sure to try to do 3 during this day just to be safe. And then Fractured Haxorus will be getting Breaking Swipe. So now let's get in my top tips, starting off with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is going to be all about prepping our bag, having the right items, and being ready for this event day prematurely. Okay, so starting right now, guys, you need to start spinning stops as much as possible. If you have the ability to put down a golden lure with multiple people, that would be the ideal scenario because that will yield you the most items in Pokemon Go. So I highly suggest you guys do that if you have the ability to. What we are looking for is as many Ultra Balls as possible, and then Great Balls in second place. And even if you need to throw away Red Balls for this event to get even more Great Balls, I condone it, as long as you're not using an auto catcher during this day, because as you are throwing and spinning stops, your red balls will start to accumulate more and your great balls and your ultra balls will decrease because they are so much less prevalent during this day. Not only that, I suggest that you guys go into this day with at least 50 golden raspberries to help you guarantee that you catch all of these shinies. It's easy to just throw a golden raspberry, catch it, and move on with your day, as opposed to just throwing nothing at it, or a pineapple berry, and potentially it could break out because it happens sometimes, and on a rare occasion it could run, which I don't want that to happen to you guys. Not only that, I'm looking for you guys to have at least, if you use them, 300 pineapple berries. The reason why I say if you use them is because I prefer to play without using pineapple berries because it slows down playing in Pokemon Go. I don't like to slow down my playing. I would rather forego candy and be able to get more XL candy, Stardust, checks, shinies, than have that extra additional candy. We can always trade these Pokemon later and get more candy or whatever that is, but the XL candy, the Stardust, the catches, and the shinies are more important to me than slowing down my gameplay. Not only that, this is going to be a 3 times catch XP event. So having 6 lucky eggs starting right as the event starts, which we will talk about in a later tip, but you're going to need to have at least 6 of these items. And not only that, I suggest that you guys do clear out at least 500 to 600 spots, but depending on how you play this Comm Day, you might need to clear out even more than this, because what I want you guys to have is enough spots to play the entire 3 hours without having to stop and clear out your bag. That would be the most ideal case if you have that much bag space, but if you don't and you are not really paying to play, or whatever that situation is, or maybe you have a full bag, guys, go through that bag, get through that bag. If you can't get through that bag, you are going to have a lot harder of a time playing during Comm Day. And that's going to be tip number 1, maxing, getting you guys ready to play, which is going to lead us into tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be about where do you play this event in Pokemon Go. I always suggest you guys play in some type of downtown area. Some type of area that has a circle, a cluster of stops, whether it be in a circle, a square, an oval. As long as it's in some type of circular motion, it doesn't have to be exactly a circle. It can be a squiggly circle around a path. That is going to be most important because as you are walking around, the spawns of the lures will respawn and the natural spawns will respawn as well. And that's going to be the most important thing for you guys. Not only that, you want to be in a downtown area if you can even help help it, that's going to give you even more that you can start to venture through after you clear out all the research, because just remember, research will give us premium items and Axew encounters, which can be shinies, which have a much higher IV floor than do the wild one. And let's talk about the lore modules as well. If you are in a bigger circle, a bigger square, or whatever the path where it takes you at least 5 minutes to go around that circle, you're going to want to use regular lore modules. If you are in a very condensed area, such as you're sitting on a 6 lore stop because the weather is unfortunate in your region, you're going to want to use premium lore modules because they will spawn much faster. So that's going to be everything on the pre-prep. So now let's get ready to the event start in tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to be all about the start of the event. So we need to know which mega to use. It's a dragon Pokemon. So we have dragon megas. The most important thing is that the mega that you use, that is a dragon form, is at mega level 3. So we do have Mega Charizard X. Most of us should have a mega level 3 Charizard X. We also have Salamence, Sceptile, Latias, and Ampharos. All these Pokemon will have dragon typings that will boost you all the way to get more XL candy and XP when catching Pokemon. So that's why this is very important. As soon as the event starts, you're going to put on 6 lucky eggs. 6 lucky eggs will help you guys get all the way throughout the entire day. Not only that, I really suggest that you guys are also hitting your great friends, ultra friends, and best friends. If you did watch my prep guide, I did talk about how that you are going to want to be pushing these friends up to be able to help you guys go once this day does start. And the other thing I do want to make mention is that you do not want to catch any Pokemon 30 minutes beforehand, because these Pokemon will change over into Axews, which can be shinies. And also at midnight on Friday night, going into Saturday, 12:01, do not complete any field research in the area or the remote area that you will be playing, because these field research tasks, once complete, will not switch over to Axew field research. Once the event starts, they will be cleared out and you will not have them available to you guys. So with all that said, now let's get into tip number 4. Tip number 4 is going to be during the event. So what are the IVs that we do need? From field research, 586 will be the 100% IV for the Axew. In the wild, if there is no weather boost, meaning it's not windy weather, 1173 will be the highest CP that you will be able to catch. So if you do see an 1173, that is a guaranteed 100% IV. But if it is windy weather, the 1173 is not guaranteed anymore. You will have to check it to see if it is. 1271 will now be the guaranteed level 35 100% IV as the highest CP that you can catch in the wild for this Pokemon. But let's also check out the PvP IVs for Haxorus. For the Great League, it is a 0-14-13, and for the Ultra League, it's going to be a 1-15-15. So obviously, like I said, windy weather will boost this Pokemon, and you are going to want to do the quick catch trick, which is going to be the skip animation trick. If you do want to see the video up here, you can check it out to get the most amount of XP out of your day. You can also use the AR catch trick, where you just turn it into AR mode, but it's much harder to hit excellent throws than it is the other one, and the excellent throws are going to yield you the absolute most XP you could possibly get in a 3-hour window in Pokemon Go, especially if you're hitting best friend bonuses, ultra friends, or even great friends to add on to the bonus here. And that is how you make the most out of Pokemon Go, which then gonna lead us to tip number 5. Tip number 5 is going to be from 5 until 10 p.m. So you do have trades that are going to be 50% less. If you guys do, like I talked about, a special trade for a shiny or a legendary that you do not have, just remember, patience does pay off in Pokemon Go. More than likely, you will have a chance to get these again in the future. But if you cannot be patient at all and you really need to have it now would be a great time to trade it with the best friend, because instead of being 40,000, it will only be 20,000, which is going to be a big plus here. Not only that, we also have the 4-star raids, which is going to be Fracture. Fracture will be able to help you guys get 30 minutes of Axew spawns around the gym for a 300-meter radius. So the 100% IVs for this Pokemon under normal condition will be 1276, or weather boosted to level 25 at 1596 if you do have windy weather. And let's not forget about trading, because when you do trade in Pokemon Go, guess what you can get? Lucky Axews. You can even get 100% IV Lucky Axews and the like, and it will yield you at least 2 guaranteed candy regardless of the distance, and it will yield you a guaranteed XL candy when trading for this season. So there's no point to have to wait to trade over 100 kilometers to get that extra 2 candy. If you don't want to, you can trade with buddies locally and get yourselves lucky and things such as that. But if you do so, I would suggest sitting on lore modules, doing a fracture raid in the area, and then letting an auto catcher catch in the background as you guys do trade, because that can even get you more shiny Axew. Because just remember, after the event is over, the event bonuses do end, but the shiny boost remains the same for all the Axews that do come from gyms. So that's gonna do it, everybody. Thank you guys for being here as always. To all my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes your support, subscription, and participation to X level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace.
I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.